Okay. A wandering parson. He glances nervously back at the face on the hill, but his handshake is strong. He seeks passage to the Church of Low Barnet, beneath the Z just outside London. Yeah, we know where it is. His suit is well tailored for an itinerant preacher. His cufflinks wink with sapphires. I'll offer passage for knowledge. People like to confide in parsons. What can he confide in you? Ah, he gives a knowing smile. You travel to learn as well as to trade, Captain. I myself am studying the religions of the Untersee. By extracting the most admirable elements of each, I mean to construct a modern, superior faith. Oh no. I understand the value, the spiritual value, of course, of hidden knowledge. Once on board, he insists you find a quiet cabin and whispers one of the secrets he's learned in your ear. Now that's interesting. Okay, cool. We got some fragments and an intriguing snippet. And we need to take him to the Low Barnet. We'll do that eventually. Port report. And going ashore. We are going to try the bat mask, which is one of the most dangerous ones to pick. Moon moth spreads and folds its wings. Are those part of the moth costume? It looks that way, but one cannot rule out the possibility that moth has real wings. My condolences, it says with polite formality as it sets the bat mask on your face and ties the worn leather straps around the back of your head. The inside of the mask smells of musk. We're going to visit the Library of Parts. Yeah, this feels fitting for Bat, especially. Look for books about the ritual in the ear. Perhaps there's more for you to understand. The ritual is listed yearly for dozens, perhaps hundreds of years. Each ritual records which citizen cleared the door for entry and which masks were present in the procession. There are references, oblique but suggestive, that the ritual began long after the ear was built, when the new people came to Visage. But why they came and what happened to the old people is not recorded. There's never any record about what was said inside the ear. Gained a Z story. I don't know that praising the literary traditions is in character for Bat. Bat is the one that I struggle to understand the most. Like, Frog and Locust are both pretty straightforward. One is a curious bumbling oaf and the other just wants to steal everything. Bat is the one that I don't really understand, other than just sort of vaguely like a spy or a threat. But this is the first time this option has come up, so I'm going to try it. Praise the literary traditions of Visage. The scrolls are so numerous, so neatly shelved, so elegantly illustrated. Infiltrator. Moon Moth considers you. Perhaps it thinks you are acting too much like a frog. Perhaps it thinks this is a bat gambit to gain favor. Misplaying your role would be bad, and correctly playing the bat would be worse. Either way, there are penalties. You end up scarred and maskless back at the dock. We did gain fragments, but yeah, it's tricky to play bat, so don't do that. We're going to keep trying with that because the other masks weren't really giving us anything new. Yep, investigating the wreckage. Rescuing the poet. Gaining stuff. Oh, we got a cask of wine. I don't know that we have anything that we need wine for right now, but if nothing else, we can sell it. And we're back to something awaiting us, so we may as well try Visage again. Because that battle apparently took long enough. Okay, we are going to try the bat mask again. We are going to visit the flood court. Okay. Saying how much we like the pool is definitely kind of too frog-like. We could try to collect coins, but honestly, that feels too locust-like. Yeah, this is just asking what the purpose is, which we already know. Doesn't change anything here. We're going to try to collect the coins. Yeah, more of a locust activity. I get that. Do we have to fail at this a certain number of times before our character eventually figures it out? You don't get far. The moon moth determines that you're up to some obscure act of counterfeiting or coinage-related espionage. It expects you to explore, then it expects you to be punished for exploring. That is what happens to bats. Still, we're getting fragments for this, so hey, we're just not getting the terror reduction that comes from completing a role successfully. Okay, drop off the shady sort. She inhales the air and smiles, perhaps for the first time. As I remember it, she remarks. Less mud, more rum. At the winch head, a deferential fellow in fustian? Okay, that's not a word I'm familiar with. No, if it was Faustian, Bill was trying to help me figure that out. He's not on mic, but he was trying to help me figure that one out. It's like, no, it's not Faustian, it's Fustian, it's something else. Whatever it is, he bows to the shady sort. A pleasure, as ever. You, he barely favors with a glance. He presses a heavy purse into your hand. Small coins stained with salt water, but together they amount to a tidy sum. Let's see, how many secrets do we have? We have 11. I kind of want to keep 7 in reserve for building those special things in our study. But we have a few extra, so... let's boost our odds of that succeeding just a little bit. Now that we have slightly higher veils. And we have extra crew, so... yeah, I'm just gonna double guess 6 out of 7. We will be fine even if we muck this up. We have a 78% chance. Yay, we got it. Apparently they really like talking in the frickin' bath. We could try an evening at the Errant Limpet to reduce our terror. We have a 97% chance of success, and I am curious how much it reduces it. But it's also 50 echoes, and usually it's just like reducing terror outside of a few very specific places just usually isn't worth it, but we'll try it. Yeah, you only lose 5 terror, and it doesn't seem like there's any... yeah, it does not seem like there's any secondary effects that would make that worth doing again. So we're going to just explore the Morn instead. A high place, the Z like rippled sheet of night green jade, the roof of the neath above, bellied with stalactites and pricked with the false stars. Look out across the water. What are you thinking of? We could try a prayer to Storm, which I think would get rid of his attention. Yeah, definitely worth getting rid of his attention. Distant thunder growls. A wind rises around you, tugging at your garments, filling you with the glory of the high places. It passes. So if we get his attention, we might want to try exploring in the places that have random events like this to see if we get this one, because that's a good way to get rid of it, because a lot of the random events that his attention can trigger at Z are bad. So yeah, 2 iron, 2 veils, that's worth gaining a terror. I will take that any day. Yeah, we can't get any port reports of Station 3. So I think, and we do not have the whole space to try to carry the salt blocks. Yeah, even now you need 20 space for that to work. And we would have to carry it back to London, which we can't do right now. So we're just going to cut up through Demu Island and Pigmote, either Pigmote or Godfall. I'm thinking Godfall because then we can stop by Khan's Shadow, pick up a little bit of fuel if we need it, which I suspect we will, and then Khan's Heart. And while we're going through here, we're going to try going along the seafloor. So let's take tea with the factor, which will also give us some supplies, and we'll lose a little bit of terror, which is nice. Okay, apparently we've picked up a settlement a long way to the east. Yep, nope. Whatever was in that weird seaweed that hurts your hull, that thing can just friggin' keep it. Okay. Sadly not hideaway, to Hood. Well, we may as well check it out. Drownies built a copy of London as it never was, a cathedral and houses and fields of flowers, all underwater. The water is cool and luminous, and at the same time it is breathable air. What is this based on? Your Dahut enthrallment quality gives you a 0% chance of success. Wander, look, make no commitments. Break the Drownies news of how London is now, and they will allow you to remain here for a time in exchange. Note that it is easy to gain terror in Dahut. Be careful. Ask a Drownie for the latest news of Dahut. The town is thriving and full of events. Stormless. The weather has been dismal lately. Hardly a single wreck since St. Aegidius's day. And then it was only a little yacht with a few sailors aboard, and 2 of those were able to swim to shore and didn't come to Dahut at all. We just have to hope for the spell to break, so they like it when people are forced to come down here. Wander, look, make no commitments. Dahut, city of peace. Water and air are the same thing here, a betrayal of nature or a truce between opposites. Swim up the side of the cathedral if you like, and peer in through its rose windows. You won't be able to make out anything inside. Breathe deep. Fill your lungs with a substance cooler and more cleansing than ordinary air. Walk in the gardens and with the fish around your knees. Do not ask questions about the king of this place. Those will go unanswered. Well, we lost 10 terror, that's nice. But we're not going to be able to compile a port report unless we stay here longer. Which we need recent news to even attempt. So we're going to leave now. Okay. An eruption of violet, the color of perilous understanding. Terror +5, but fragments +100. Okay, well, worth it in our case because terror was low, but if terror were high, we'd need to stay away from those. Now I know. Okay, well, Khan's Shadow is one of the only places where we can really even try. Oh, we can sell the cask of mushroom wine here for a pretty good price, so we're gonna do that. It's the only place where we can even attempt to buy fuel. It's really not a great price, but we're going to buy 4 barrels. That should be enough. And like 1 crate of supplies. Should be enough to get us to Mount Palmerston. Collecting the Cherryman's cargo. Could attempt to gather a port report, 74% chance. We are going to try. Precious scraps. Rivalry between the Leopard and Eagle clans, the concerns about Chelenate raids, some appalling gossip about the traitor Empress back in London. Perhaps you shouldn't write that last one down. And move on quickly. That fellow in the corner has an informer's look. We got the port report, but, you know, suspicion went up. But I think turning in that port report is part of what starts your ability to start establishing spy networks, I think. Which is something I would like to try doing. But we need to go to Khan's Glory to actually hand in the coffee. So now that we have the cargo, we can return to London whenever we want. Just hope that we don't get searched. If we pick up any more secrets between now and then, we might use it to boost our veils. Offering a gift to Leopard. We're now at 2. Which is still not enough to do anything. Why would we cruise past the clan palaces? Okay, sure, why not? Probably gain more suspicion. Lost 2 terror, gained 1 memory of distant sores, and yeah, gained suspicion, so not really worth doing. Light blazes from every gate and window. You glimpse guards in gleaming uniforms, subterranean gardens of mauve. I know it's a color, but it's one of those things I've never tried to say out loud. Subterranean gardens of mauve and purple. Hanging ornaments of scaled carnelian and jade. Statues of warrior Khan's past. The water is dark and calm. The sentries watch you with calm distrust.